Good morning. It is the 26th of September, 2017. And, driving again. Good morning. I'm going to move into different stuff. I'm basically going to talk about things that I've done. I'm not saying I am a success at it, but I'm going to say stuff that I've done in the past couple of years. Real annoyed at myself really I do a lot of things, and then I just stop. I don't keep going with it, and I have some success in the beginning, and if I hit any pitfall, I just stop immediately. So I take one good punch. I don't even take the good punch. I take one punch and I go, I'm out. I'm done. So I was watching a lot of podcasts, and one of them is Pat Flynn, pretty popular podcast, and it's about making money online. His was through blogs and niche websites. So what I did, a guy came on, this guy by the name of Kimanzi Constable, and said, hey, you can do all this stuff. He's like, I wrote a couple of books. I sold all this. He sold a couple 100,000 copies of his books. He was a bread delivery driver. He's like, and what made a big deal was being able to write for all these big publications, one of them being the Huffington Post. And I said, that's crazy. How can you write for the Huffington Post? Breaks it down for you real simple. And basically what you do is you write something, you find out who the editors are, you follow them on Twitter, you follow them on, now more Instagram, but you follow them, you like their stuff, and you try to, gain a rapport with them. And then, after a little while, you ask them, hey, I've been writing articles. Here's one of them. Do you think it'll be good for the Huffington Post? Now, this is for the Huffington Post. There's a Huffington Post like you see, and then there's blogs where people write, like me, you, whatever, write. And some of them do get to the main Huffington Post, but for the most part, that's where they sit. And it's just another platform for people to go to read your stuff. So I wrote an article for 7 ways to have a better marriage or something like that. Wrote it, started hitting up some people for on Huffington Post. I hit the guy up, Kimanzi, because he had his own website that he was working with. Got an article, and they accepted. He said, I like it a lot, and I started to write. So then eventually I submitted one to the Huffington Post. The person loved it. Put it on the Huffington Post. I didn't even tell my wife because I was so nervous. So eventually I told her, she goes, when did you write this? I said, well, in between work and, maybe at home. I would do it, and it wasn't a big long article, but it went off. And when I mean went off, it went people are driving too. I was watching the numbers, and it started moving. So it was maybe 50 people, 60 people, and I got to 100. I was like, wow. Then all of a sudden I'm watching, and it went to 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Eventually went to 10,000 views in less than a day. I saw it within hours. Hundreds of shares, people commenting saying I'm a punk ass bitch. It was awesome. And then I started responding to them. I said, this is amazing. I can't believe this. I had a small little website that really, it was just me doing stupid, funny articles, writing stuff, because I like to write. But really, there was no big sell. There was no, I'm not wasn't trying to be a life coach by any means. It was just something I knew about, and I tried to write. What would the Huffington Post like that I would be able to get on it? So that's what happened. I said, this is amazing. So I tried to start thinking of other stuff for my other website, which is still there, Newsspews, which has nothing on there. And so then I put some stuff on there. And I thought, all these people from Huffington Post are going to come to my website, because that's how the guy worked. nothing. Garbage. No, nobody came. There's Twitter, and then from the Twitter, I was trying to get them to come over there. Nothing. I got nothing. So I said, all right, well, I gotta write more articles. This is amazing. The second one didn't do that bad. Not like the other one, but I think I got a couple thousand views, and then from then on, it started dwindling down, and then like I was getting like 20 views, 10. But I wanted to prove to myself that I can do it, and I did it. And that's a lot of the stuff that I do. I go, this seems easy. I can do this. This is bullshit. Let me try and get it done. And I do it. And I get all pumped and I get all excited. And then it's like, since I'm doing it by myself, and it shouldn't really matter if I'm doing it by myself or not, I pretty much fall off a cliff and I just go, all right, well, I guess I'm done with that. It's basically like, yeah, I can do it. I just want to prove to myself that I can do it. Even though I do want to make money online, and I would rather do that than, what I'm doing now. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's, well, now I got to start working at home, and then, I have other stuff. I got kids. My wife doesn't see me because I'm working all day. She wants to spend time with me, and I want to spend time with you too. Shit. But, I also get excited. I want to work. I want to, you get like an adrenaline rush. It's very similar to like when you go thrifting and you find that like the thing that costs like $2-3 and it goes for a couple $100, and you're stoked. And that's all you want to do is talk to people about what you found and how you're so smarter than everyone else because you know to look for these things. But yeah, it was great. I mean, that first article that I had was awesome. It was, and I like writing, and it was something that I could relate to. And so like I have a bunch of other articles, but it's like, well, what's the point? And I think I need to get out of that mindset. What's the point? Because you never know. Maybe if I just keep on pushing and keep on writing. And it was real simple. I mean, I literally wrote an article. It was my first article. I sent it out. I was trying to message people on Twitter. One person didn't get back to me. I messaged another person on Twitter. It was being tenacious. I think that's the words. It was being just relentless, and I just didn't stop. I just kept on going on their Twitter. I kept on. When I want something, I become insane, and that's all I think about, and that's all I'm occupied about. And that's one of the good things about me. When I want something, it's very rare that I do that, though, and that's the thing. I get something in my mind, and I do not stop. But then I don't know if it's because I don't have the backing, or like I don't have other people to like talk to or about this stuff. I talk to my wife and she likes it. She goes, yeah, that's great. But she goes, all right, so what's the point? What are you doing? You're just wasting time. And I understand that because she just doesn't have the mentality, I guess, of what me and other people who are trying to make money online do. If I'm starting to make money, then she would go, all right, so you have a point. If you're doing it for 2 years or a year and you're not making money and you're going, well, you're just wasting your time. It's not that, it's hard for people to see, like Gary Vee, and, people just, all I did was work on this, time and again, hours, years, and, playing the long play. You have people who just don't see it, don't understand it, think you're wasting your time, and you could be wasting your time, you don't know. And that's the thing, you don't know. So, yeah, if you're looking to write, if you like writing, you can definitely write for the Huffington Post. You can write for other big magazines. Sorry, I was shaking. I would look up Pat Flynn, listen to his stuff. There's a lot of stuff about making money online that's really interesting. Guy's name's Kimanzi Constable. He's the guy who really got me started. He does a lot of stuff. He now goes around the world and consults, and he still writes. He writes books, and he consults, and he goes to Africa, and I follow him on Twitter. Doesn't have that much of a following, but his shit worked. I mean, it works. It almost changed my life if I would have kept on going. But it made sense, and he has a book. I forget the name of the book, but it just basically breaks everything down for you. It's not that hard if you like to write. The only thing is being grammatically correct, making sure you make spelling errors and things like that. But yeah, if you have a niche, if there's something that you like to write about, something that people can relate to, you could be like the master at it. And yeah, I mean, like me, I could be the full-time father, who's trying to make money online. Yeah, that no one does that. No one's trying to do that. You never see that. But there's people they find a niche and they just start with it, or maybe not even a niche. They just write something and it just clicks with someone. It was great. It was awesome. I loved it. I love writing. It was exciting seeing what people thought about it. My family actually liked my writing, which they don't like anything I do. So it was fun. That's what I got for today. Maybe I'll have other stuff. I don't know. I think this is where I will stop because I'm getting to my job. But yeah, Kimanzi Constable, Pat Flynn. Pat Flynn's huge. So you know what? The thing is, there's a lot of people that are really big, that make tons of money, that I've never heard of. And when I go, how can you not have Pat Flynn? There was a time when I never heard of him, and I had no idea what I was talking about. And it's just another world opens up. It's like the thrifting world. If you go on Instagram or you're on Facebook groups, you're going to know a bunch of people that everyone else knows. But if you've never done it before, or you're not really into that stuff, or you're on the fringes of it, you never heard of these people, so you don't know. So once you go listen to Pat Flynn, it'll open yourself up to other people that you can listen to, because he has them on his podcast. Guy makes millions now. Started making nothing. He was fired. He was an architect and they laid him off, and he's tried to make money online and became massive. So talk to you guys later, probably tomorrow. Later.